purple for a good cause. Hi, boss. How are you? Good.
Well, Todd, you recently said that the Rangers' victory was arguably the most complete defensive game. Obviously, you have the Islanders tonight, and they're a stingy defensive team, at least been known that way. What is the biggest key to counteracting them tonight?
Well, they're a stingy defensive team, but they're also a very sneaky offensive team. When I look at the game we played in their building, it led to us coming back from that road trip and spending a good chunk of time, 2 good practices, and working on sort outs coming into our end because they drilled us in that area. Their entries are as good as anybody in the league. They've got obviously active defensemen, and they play with pace. So if we understand that's coming and if we can handle it and accept it and deal with it, then we'll give ourselves a chance to win. If we behave the way we did on the island, we'll end up with the same results.
And then how great was it to see the other game, the connection between Nate and Emmett there?
We've talked a lot about this. He's, I don't know if we're trying to make something up because they're 2 rookies and they went out and played and they scored goals and they did look like they belonged together. But there's no magic to it. Just, because they're rookies, they're from Western Canada. They're not twins. They're not the Sedins. They are 2 good players that had real good, 2 periods together, and we're going to keep them together, and we hope that continues on. But I don't want to put the pressure on those two young men to be, as I said, maybe the Sedins or whoever else. Like they have their own games. They can complement each other, and they play for the team right now. So that's a real positive thing.
Where do you feel Albert Johansson's game has been at to start the year?
Albert Johansson's game? Albert quietly goes about doing his thing. Rarely do we come into the coach's room after and, evaluate the game and go, holy Christ, what was he doing? He just steady Eddie. He just does his thing. And I think when him and Hammer play together, they tend to get things done.
When you look at this Islanders team, what stands out to you about Schaefer and what he's kind of been able to do early in his career as such a young player?
Wow. Well, 3 letters. Anytime a young man goes first overall, you expect a lot from him, but I don't think we on the outside, obviously the Islanders know him way better than anybody else does, but from the outside we didn't expect to see quite this type of performance. So hats off to him as an individual. To their organization, obviously Patty Waugh has done a real good job in their coaching staff of bringing him along. So they're lucky to have him, and the fans in that community would be really lucky to watch him for many years.
And we've talked about it with your young guys, and you watch him play. Just you think about the confidence, and you guys are at 20 NHL games now for the season, and you talked the other day about Emmett and Axe have played almost 30 between all of that. When you look at kind of how their confidence has grown with that, how much is it? Has it basically just been an upward thing, or for you, have you seen moments where they've had to get over lumps that maybe we don't see?
We've seen moments for sure. We've seen moments. Axe, Emmett, Brantz, and Danny, all 20-year-olds that we've been playing at some point throughout the year. We have seen moments. Some of them have been able to push through to the next level real quick. Others carry things with them. But you don't know what you don't know until you know. And the kids coming in here, they can watch the NHL, they can hear about it, they can ask players that have played in the NHL, but until they actually feel it and live it and understand the pace of practice, the intensity of meetings, the preparedness that goes on, you don't know until you know. And they're still learning all of that. And as bumps show up in the road, we have to be there to stabilize them and help them push through. And if they continue to do that, they're completely ready to play here. If they don't, well, then they may have to do other things. But right now, they've proven they have.
You talk about the purple on your shirt, Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Can you just expand on the importance of a night like tonight and what that does?
Yeah, I know I can speak for all of us in here. There's nobody here that hasn't had to deal with somebody either really close or within the family or a friend that hasn't had to deal with this disease. I've had to. And, it's a worldwide fight against it. And one of the special things about our league, in my opinion, are moments and months like this where every team participates in some real good cause. Players were excited to put the jerseys on. I could hear them kind of talking in the background, like if they ask you who you fight for, who is it? Like they're asking each other. They probably don't share that with one another a lot. Some of it's private, but now it opens it up and you talk and you learn a little bit more about families and what's really important. Now I got Kelly Chase. Most of you know Kelly Chase, a real good buddy of mine. He's fighting for his life, and I know what he's going through every day. And I'm almost 60 years old, and I'm dealing with 20-year-olds begging them to work hard and practice. Sometimes things get upside down, and not just 20-year-olds, some 35-year-olds too, but sometimes things get upside down in our world real quick. We're real blessed to be in this game and in this league. And then there's others that don't quite have it that way. And this is a real good reminder that life is real.
Todd, I'm not sure how much you follow the Griffins, but 11-0-1 start. Some of the players that they probably expected to be down there are up here. They've had some injuries. Just what do you how impressed are you by the way they're playing, and how much kind of optimism for the future does that provide?
Well, we do follow them. Anytime we can throw a game up or portions of the game, we follow them. Our management team, Hark was just in the room before this. We were talking about their games lately and who's playing well, and the team's well organized. Waddy's done a real good job of putting it together. They have tremendous veterans there. Gus and Haller and those type of individuals that have gone down to play have gone down with outstanding attitudes. They're excited about the team doing well. That doesn't always happen. So that combined with coaching and the youth that's there, they've given themselves a chance to be successful so far, and we couldn't be happier. Good.